copy of this, and if we can get some decent singletons like Sisbearer or whatever, we can definitely make better use of. This is an interesting pack because it has 2 rares in it, and neither of them have been taken. So Plague Mirror is fine. I think it would be close between Plague Mirror and Viridian Emissary. Normally in Dinos the Emissary is better, but we have like a little Infect sub-theme going, so that would have been a close pick. I'm not really sure. This is not a very encouraging pack because there are still decent cards for other... I guess there's not a lot of great cards, but none of them are good for us. Nathosaur would be fine, probably make our deck. I just feel like cards like Nathosaur are kind of a dime a dozen. So this is shaping up to be a kind of crummy deck. Like, it doesn't really do any one thing very well. Although I could be surprised, because like this guy is just a house and this card is just this card. So maybe we should push this Infect theme a little harder. If we do that, Brass Squire might be good if we could pick up, you know, a Dark Steel Axe or something of that nature later. Psychosis Crawler would be pretty bad. Nathosaur is not the kind of card we're after. I'm just going to take the Brass Squire, even though we don't really have anything to go with it. So here we have Unnatural Predation, which is usually better in a dedicated Infect type kind of deck, and it definitely pales in comparison to just like the Tangle Manus. I think given that we're green-red, it's unlikely that we'll be able to completely go the distance with Infect every game, so picking up a guy like this is fine. We could look for, like, a grafted Exoskeleton might actually make our deck, given that we have a Brass Squire, if we can get one in the next pack. I just don't think there's anything more for us there. There's another Brass Squire, but I think I'm just going to take the Koth's Courier. I don't really see any of these other cards making our deck. I'm not going to lie, I really don't like the direction. I wish I'd taken the Enslaved now. Maybe I'll turn out to be pleasantly surprised. We don't really have any acceleration to make this Quilled Slagworm any good. That's a late Gore Vassal. Ringleader's pretty good with the Razor Swines. Maybe that would be a better pick. Don't know. I think an 8/8 is pretty huge. It's alright. We do have the Green Sun Zenith, although I can't see us Green Sun Zenithing for 8 with no mirror. But I'll take the Slagworm for now. Maybe we'll play it, maybe we won't. This is our original pack. Mirror and Metal's fine. Even just as a +2/+2 for a green. We have some First Strike guys, and we have some guys that like tricks like this are okay in Infect, and I don't mind picking one up in a mostly empty pack. I don't think we're gonna play Koth's Courier, so go ahead and grab that. And I think we already had a Glissa's Courier. I might have hidden it, but we'll take a Ringleader here. Just another big duder. Looks like red is pretty open because nobody has scooped up. Like, there's a lot of all the trash cards have been red. I'm not gonna play Concussive Bolt, so I guess I'll just take a second Ringleader. Hexplay Golem, sure. Probably not gonna make our deck. And Shriekhorn falls in my category of don't want to pass that and then lose to it. So that pack did not go very well. We did not end up with like the Rotwolf or anything because we had to take the Burn the Impure, and we didn't get anything too good. Something like a Telgelad Fallen or a Sisbearer or anything like that would be fine. Acid Web Spider to go with our Green Sun Zenith would be pretty good. But right now we're kind of a weak Infect, non-Infect hybrid that really needs this guy to be good. Well, and there's 2 amazing cards in this pack that we cannot play. I cannot believe we're about to pass a True Conviction and a Skin Render, both of which are just the nuts against us. But I think, given the path that we've chosen, there's an Arrest too? Man, that's ridiculous. But I'm not going to torpedo our entire draft to grab one of these cards. It'd be nice if we could get a Slice and Twain or something to deal with those cards, but I think we're going to have to take the Dark Steel Axe. It's pretty good with Brass Squire, it's pretty good with the 2 Razor Swines, and hopefully, and like Ogre Menial, I think it's fine. So we're just gonna take it and wish we'd taken the Enslave, because pretty sure Enslave plus Skin Render is better than our whole deck right now. And somebody took a common out of this pack. We did the Tel'Jalad Fallen. We do have that Slice and Twain we wanted. I think Tel'Jalad Fallen might even be a little bit better in our deck given what we're trying to accomplish, but given that we've now passed an Enslave and a True Conviction, it would be foolish to not just take this Slice and Twain and run with it. And the guy we passed the 2 Spire Monitors to in the first pack is now going to get himself a nice little Quicksilver Gargantuan, so his deck is going to be insane and also better than ours. Not that I'm bitter, but I am. Our pick here is probably Perilous Mirror, just because our deck's pretty slow, and Perilous Mirror is pretty annoying. So yeah, we'll just grab it, keep going. Trigon of Thought would have been the only other close pick. And of course, all the cards that we would possibly want are all in the same pack. Cisbearer helps us infect people. Galvanic Blast gives us the removal that we're dearly lacking here. I think given that we have Darksteel Axe and Green Sun Zenith, Cisbearer is probably going to be better. We just really need some guys, and I just excuse me. I think that taking the Infect creature is going to be better even than the Galvanic Blast. We do have Perilous Mirror, Burn the Impure, Leeching Bite, and Slice and Twain, and a couple of these, and a Tormentor Exarch that can all kind of serve as removal, but what we don't have is that mid-tier, Infect creature that can give us the beatdown. So there's that. Here we could take Silvermere, and that would help us get to our big drops, but I think what I'm probably going to do is cut this card and cut this card and just have this at the top of the curve. And if that's the case, I really want to pick up Blight Mamba here. It's fine against slower controlling decks. It's pretty bad against other Infect decks, but I think it's just better than anything else in this pack for us, except maybe the Silvermere. But I think we just need to accept that we're kind of an Infect deck now and take it and play it. We are getting good Infect cards, so that's nice. Here it's between the Strider Harness, which is good with our Razor Swines and such, and the Panic Spellbomb. I think Panic Spellbomb is going to be pretty good just as a trick that can help us sometimes push through damage and excuse me, help us push through damage, cycle, help us hit land drops so we can get to our 6s and 5s, and just all around be a decent card. That said, the Strider Harness is pretty good on all the Infect guys we have. It's pretty close. I'm going to take the Panic Spellbomb because I really value things like deck consistency, and I think that's going to help, whereas sometimes Strider Harness just isn't going to be that good. And here, I mean, this is just an example of the kind of deck we have really letting us down, because the best card for us is probably Trigon of Thought, but now that we've added 2 and 3 drops, I just don't think it's really that good. We're still kind of controlling and card advantage esque. We could hate this Nurok replica, which would absolutely destroy us against in a control deck and in that blue deck we're passing. But I think we'll just take the Trigon. I'm a fan of card advantage, even when it doesn't always work out. And now we'll just take the Alpha Tyrannax because it's something we could play. It lets us hide this in the Horizon Spellbomb wield, so that makes the Panic Spellbomb not as good. Oh, but this Tel'Jalad Fallen also wield, so we're getting some late gifts that are going to help us out. What do we not want to face? I mean, none of these are any good. Flameborn Hellion and Molder Beast. I could take the Molder Beast. It's alright with 2 Spellbombs. It might make the deck. Take this for Pauper. Take this for Constructed because Twisted Image is the nuts. Alright, well, I feel like this draft would have gone better if I had more experience drafting the archetype. I obviously don't, and I'm not used to drafting Infect or anything that doesn't have a lot of spot removal and card advantage. So we'll see how this goes in deck building.